Depression is a lot more than being sad. I always thought that it was just somebody who was sad for no reason and they needed to just suck it up. Until it happened to me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today might be a little more serious. I just wanted to talk about depression and suicide and things that I didn't know about depression before I had it and before I was a suicide crisis counselor. I hope this video is able to educate anyone going through depression or having suicidal thoughts, and I hope this also helps anyone who knows somebody who's going through this that might just not understand it, and that's perfectly normal. I will never know what it's like to be a dude, but you know, I try to sympathize. I think after watching 13 Reasons Why, I just really felt like I needed to make this video and make things clear. I love the show, honestly. I love the show, but there are some problems I have with it. So I guess getting started, the first thing that you should not do is base all of your knowledge on suicide and depression from 13 Reasons Why. Yes, I'm very happy that it gets the conversation started, and yes, I'm very happy that it shows it in such a raw way, but at the same time, it made suicide appear to be something that can be vindictive and vengeful. The second thing that I wish I had known is that depression is an illness. It is not a phase, it is not being sad, it is not something that, you know, people just feel like having. It is an illness, and if somebody tells you otherwise, you better crack open a book, because it's all about chemicals in your brain. It is something that a lot of people can't control and don't have control over, and I think a lot of what I've been getting that makes me really upset on some of these suicide calls is that people's parents think it's stupid, it's not real, it doesn't exist. And if this helps you realize that it is real and it is something other than your teen just being moody, I hope you can see that and understand that and know that having depression is just like having a sore throat or having a stomach virus. There are medicines that help, and if you go too long without helping your sore throat, it's just gonna get worse. Antidepressants are not an easy fix and do not help you very quickly. Antidepressants take about 4 to 6 weeks to start working, and in that time is when it is most valuable to be supporting others going through it. You get on these pills and you're waiting for yourself to get better, and all you want is to just wake up and not have these thoughts, and there is a day where you wake up and you can finally breathe again. It's like you're back to being a completely normal person, and those things take time, and I hope if any of you are going through that or have recently started taking an antidepressant, just know that it will take time, and that sucks, because the last thing you want to do after getting help is having to wait more and having to wait longer. The third thing that I recently learned is that you don't commit suicide, you die by it. Nobody commits suicide. I know that, you know, especially being a spiritual and religious person, I grew up thinking that suicide was the worst sin you could ever commit. There are some times where people choose to end their life and they're just not in the right state of mind. It's not out of being selfish, it's not out of being a bad person, it's just that the weight of the world or their thoughts are just so bad that they feel like they can't go on anymore. It's not thinking rationally, and that's part of my job, is to help people rationalize and to gather their thoughts and to feel like they can have a way out and they can do something better. The Next thing is that depression is a lot more than being sad. You are tired all day, you are crying for no reason, you are either eating a lot or not eating anything at all, and the last thing you want to do is get up and do anything. Depression is feeling almost nothing. It's just this empty feeling of nothingness, and all you do is cry. That leads me to my next point, which is that depression is very misunderstood still, and it is extremely stigmatized, and I didn't realize that until I started working these suicide lines, that there are so many parents and friends out there that just don't believe it's real, don't believe it exists, and that breaks my heart every day. And I want anyone to know who is going through this that this is a very real thing. Your feelings are valid, and you need to know that there is a way out, and there's always somebody willing to talk to you. Anybody can get depression. There are higher rates of that for depending on your demographic information, but just because you have all the money in the world and you have a great family does not mean you can't get depression. I felt so guilty every day that I was so sad and so empty, and I had nothing to be sad about. I felt like a super shitty person because I had a great family, I had a job, I had everything I needed, and yet I woke up every day and felt like everything was meaningless. And you start to feel really guilty about that. Through the process of having it though, there are things that you can do. You can find things that just keep your mind off of what's going on. And I know that sounds so dumb because people are probably like, it's going on constantly. Everybody has their own way to heal. And mine was listening to comedy shows and listening to books. I don't know why I don't enjoy reading them. I'm sorry. I also fell in love with a book called The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, which sounds very bougie, but it's actually very good. Having any kind of audiobook or stand-up special was a really good thing to have on hand in case those thoughts started coming in my head. I could immediately play something like that and just get wrapped up into a new story or book. If I know that I've helped at least one person, that's all that matters. And I really hope that this was able to help you. I know that this is super sad now, but it's not about being sad. This is about adulting, and it's about learning everything from getting fit, eating the right things, comparing ice cream, trying Victoria's Secret diets, but also taking care of your mental health, and a lot of people forget about that. I really feel like I look like Tana Mojo, I don't know her name, okay? I just know her name's Tana. Give this video a big thumbs up if I helped. If I didn't, let me know. If I got something wrong, well, I get that enough already, but what the hell. I will also include the number to the suicide hotline in case there's anyone you know who's going through suicidal thoughts or depression, or if you are going through those things. The people you talk to, completely anonymous, and it's just someone to talk to and have someone not judge you. See you next time. It will be a much happier video, but subscribe, click the bell button, and I guess, oh, I burped. And I guess check me out on Instagram, Twitter, everything like that. So, love you guys. See you later.